So we're starting out just me and you because Sam wandered upstairs, and I'm assuming she's still awake, but she might not be. Who knows? But we might as well start talking. And I think we're gonna get. I'm having a hard time putting words together. I think we're gonna get limited runtime out of Sam tonight, anyways, because it's past her bedtime.
Right.
But we'll get her in here for what she can because she's actually been playing Season of Discovery, so she should have input on some of this.
How do I uninvite Craig from my screen?
Up in the top right, there are 3 dots, and if you mouse over, it says More, and you can click off Show Non-Video Participants.
Gotcha. I knew there was something there somewhere.
It will shoo away Craig, and that is that. That is how you do that. So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to just start chatting and hope Sam shows up?
Sure, sounds like a plan.
Because I stuck my phone up on my thingy here so we could see each other while we talk. Oh, hold on, did she answer? No, that was just Craig letting me know he's recording.
Tell her to answer in
I pinged her in our secret chat, but she hasn't responded.
We are mere casuals.
Well, you know what? I've been saving up a bunch of work stories that we've never gotten to. I can always start with one, see if I remember any of them.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's say welcome to our podcast. We are mere casuals, a World of Warcraft Season of Discovery podcast. I'm Josh / still Will Riker. I got my name.
You struggled on that one. I'm Alan, currently / Nodagog, or I should say currently Totem Nodagog. I don't know.
You have an Okona though, right?
I do have an Okona, which I'm also playing. So yes. I have a story behind every one of the tunes I'm going to play.
Yes. So because anyone listening will notice that that no one named Sam introduced herself. So
yeah.
She's not here yet. We don't know where she went. So we're gonna start with I don't remember what the intro used to say. Mildly interesting work stories with Al.
Yeah, but I'm actually reading them, and I don't remember what my keywords mean because they're so old.
Oh, so, did you write yourself notes and you don't understand your own notes now?
Well, they're old. Well, somebody was at work and it was a member. The member went through the register, and I guess they had purchased a lot of things. And I was working with one of my coworkers who won't be named because a lot of people know who he is. He's popular where we are.
Mike?
Yes. No. Anyway.
I don't know the names of any of your coworkers. So.
The total of the order was large. And she goes, wow, I've never had it that big before.
Oh, no.
And the person I was working with, we'll call him Kelvin because that could possibly be his name. And he and I together are such a volatile combination because he is me in another skin. So
that sounds uncomfortable.
So I don't know. My skin's uncomfortable. It might be more comfortable. Anyway, to say that in front of both of us was something. Let me tell you.
Oh, I can only imagine. I heard footsteps coming down the stairs, so we may have a Sam.
I have a word here which made me think of something Quezzle.
When you think about it, isn't that what words are? They're just sounds that make you think of something.
But this word was for you.
Was for me?
Yes, and I'm trying to remember what it is, so I'm Googling it. So Quezzle, it's a puzzle, but there's more to it. It's like a quizzical puzzle or something.
What is the more? Or do you not know?
I'm looking at the website. Oh, like $150 to $200.
Oh, that's inexpensive. Maybe the more is the cost. It's like a puzzle, but more expensive.
I went there. They have a Wheel of Fortune. You subscribe and spin it. But I think there's Quezzle, so it's puzzle. So I think there's quizzes on it.
Oh, Oh, fancy.
Yeah, I thought it'd be something you're interested in. I've never been to the website, so I didn't know that. Well, there's one for 45. Oh, Quezzle, Space Adventures mini games. So I'm not using my phone. I have a
You're not
cam.
using your phone?
No, I have a cam which is right on top of the TV here.
A cam
And it
with?
seems
That
to be
sounds
doing a
fancy.
decent. Oh, I was going to say it's kind of dark there.
Yeah. I'm allergic to the light, but I turned it on anyways. That actually changes. I look a lot differently in the light than I do in the dark.
Hi, Sam.
So we both introduced ourselves earlier when you weren't here yet. So do you want to introduce yourself, Sam / Rolaren?
I'm Sam.
/
Rolaren.
All right, and we already said that we're mere casuals. So we started with a. Did Al have any more
Discovery podcast?
Yes, Al started with a dirty story from work,
Okay.
and then explained, I believe, puzzles.
Yeah.
And
Pretzels.
now we're probably pretzels. Yeah, sorry, pretzels. And now we're going to get into the podcasty-ish stuff. So we have been this week, as of, what is today? Is today the 3rd?
Today is the 3rd.
So is this day 4 of Season of Discovery?
This is day 4 of Season of Discovery.
So we have, for the last 4 days, kind of been playing Season of Discovery. I wasn't playing consciously for the first day or two because I was on my deathbed with illness and could barely focus. I think I got to level 4 on day 1 and then lost consciousness for an extended period of time. And
For the record,
apparently missed a raid. I don't know. I didn't even know it was Thursday. So, but I feel like I am almost better now.
I
I
was
still feel like crap.
going to say, for the record, we would have been a World of Warcraft also Wrath of the Lich King, but the only person with content skipped his raid, but you mentioned that.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear us talk about Wrath of the Lich King today. I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody does, but we don't want to talk about Wrath of the Lich King today. We want to talk about Season of Discovery. So
Sam wants to go to bed.
Sam wants to go to bed, but Sam's gonna stick with us for a little bit. Do you wanna talk about, how about we talk about Sam for a bit first? What Sam's been up to, and then if Sam chooses to go get in bed, she can, because she has to wake up for work in 8 hours. What have you been doing this week, Sam?
You make that sound like a terrible thing, but I've also been up since 4.
I didn't say it was a terrible
because
thing.
someone likes to snore now all of a sudden.
I didn't say it was a terrible thing. I said you have to get up for work soon, so we're not going to make you stay late.
Yeah, you made a point to say in 8 hours.
Yeah, that's like soon. If you want to get 8 hours of sleep, you would have to go to bed right now. But we wanted to talk to you for a little bit first.
So in 4 days of playing Season of whatever it's called,
Discovery.
I made it to level 9. Everybody else is like 20 already.
Yeah, but you've done other things.
No.
I am not 20.
You did. You leveled your tailoring and your enchanting.
And I sent you more stuff today.
I've been sending her stuff too. She probably hasn't gotten the... She probably hasn't...
It is on.
I know. I'm just... Nothing. I was just adjusting things. You're level 9, but what class are you playing?
Mage.
I'm adjusting things too.
Are you enjoying the mage, Sam?
You already told me that I need to learn how to play it properly.
No, you said you needed to learn how to play it properly. I just agreed with you. That was you. That was you that said that. I wasn't like, learn to play, Sam. You were like, oh, this will give me an opportunity to learn how to play the mage. And I was like, yeah, you could learn how to like be really good at the mage. And we agreed with each other. It wasn't like a thing. I wasn't mad. So I was playing with you.
And then you ditched me.
No, I didn't.
And had to
ditch
make
you.
a new character.
No, I pre-made a new character.
Oh,
we
did
played
you die?
together. No, but we played our characters until like level 8 or 9. Her mage and my warrior. And then I had decided ahead of time that I was going to keep a character with Sam to play with Sam, and then have my own character that I played on my own. I wanted my character on my own to continue to be my warrior. So before continuing with my warrior, I leveled a warlock up to the same level as Sam, and then I continued with my warrior. So I felt like that was not abandoning you. That was just changing class.
No, you abandoned me.
I don't think I did, because when we play together, I have a character your level that's on the same quests as you that we play together.
That doesn't sound like abandonment.
That's the opposite of abandoning. That's having a character the same level as you to play with. So have you gotten any runes yet, Sam?
No.
But yes, though.
Yes.
Do you remember what you got?
Nope.
You got Ice Lance.
Okay.
Do you remember where you got it?
Nope.
You got it in the cave in the starting area.
This is such a great conversation.
Well, you just
We're
don't
enjoying
want,
it.
you just don't want to talk to me. So do you want to just go to bed, Sam?
Kind of. Can we do this another day?
Well, no, we have to do it today. Because for the next 4 days, we don't have any time off at the same time when we're both awake.
We will be doing this another day, but that'll be for the next podcast.
Yeah. If we're going to put out an episode this week, we basically have to do it like right now or never. You don't have to be involved. You can save all your stuff for next week if you want. Me and Al are going to talk at the very least because we have things to say. You still there? You still there, Sam?
Yeah, I'm still here.
No, mentally, not just physically. she's on what's that thing she gets on?
Her phone.
Yeah. The thing on the thing that she gets on?
That would be her finger.
I can hear my voice through your thingy.
You can?
Well, not when I'm not talking.
Oh, weird. Okay. My mic isn't lighting up. Oh, is it when we're talking at the same time?
Oh, possibly. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, I'm not hearing it now, which is weird that I did hear it earlier.
I think it's because when I'm talking, my mic's open, and if you're talking at the same time, the sound's like going back through my mic. But
anyway, we're not talking about World of Warcraft right now.
We're trying to, but the subject of our discussion is refusing to cooperate with the discussion. Did you do any professions? Did you do anything?
I made Al
at
a
all?
wand.
You made Al a wand? Did you make Al just one wand or several wands?
4.
Made Al 4. Why do you need 4 wands?
Well, I technically need 2 now because I destroyed one of the supply boxes.
Oh, you're doing the supply boxes for wands?
Yeah, for one, they're all different.
Oh, see, I ditch those ones and I do the cheap ones.
Well, yeah, but
That's pretty cheap to make.
So
well, yeah, you can sell them on the auction house for like
For
6 silver each.
silver.
Yeah, but you only get 6 silver for the turn-in.
What can you sell for 6 silver?
The wands.
Oh, the wands. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So can I sell? I can't even sell any. I don't have money to put it up in the auction house.
I can give you some money. I've got a couple gold, so I can give you some. But what I've been doing is,
can you send me some leather? I need 2 light leather.
Yeah, Sam needs leather to make herself some upgrades.
Yeah.
You're a skinner, right?
I am.
You know what you should do, Sam? This week when you're home and I'm at work.
When am I ever home? All I do is work.
Well, yeah, but you know how sometimes you're not at work and you're at home?
Like right now?
Yeah. So times like now when you're not at work and you're at home, you should make
I'm a little busy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. With what?
Talking to you.
In the unlikely.
Well, I don't mean right now. I mean like the hypothetical situation that is like now but is not right now.
So when I'm sleeping?
So in those hypothetical scenarios, when you're home and you're not talking to me and I'm not home, then you should make an alt that can skin and just like run around at level 5 and skin all the stuff that people are killing.
Or they'd be like, hey, Al, I need some leather.
Yeah. I mean, you could also do that, but I mean, I'm just saying you could.
I started an alt. I'm already fed up with it.
What did you make?
A warlock.
You don't like warlock?
Nope.
You should make like
also
something.
Can't find where the runes are.
Where did I get my warlock rune?
I'm in the
The first one was pretty easy. The first one's
I'm
always
undead.
a quest.
Does it matter?
I mean, it'll be different than the one I did because
So
it's a
can't help
different
me.
area. But your first rune, your quest, your leader, your person you talk to right off the bat, they give you like a quest for your first rune. So your first one should be easy.
Okay.
You know, when I made a warlock, you know where my first rune was?
Where?
It was the exact same chest as your mage's first rune. I think they reused some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So what else have you done? Did you do any of those chest things?
I do, but I don't remember which one it was.
No. Do you have anything else to say? Have you been enjoying it at least?
No, I got very frustrated in the first 45 minutes we were playing.
What'd you get frustrated with?
41 minutes.
There was too many people.
Oh, well, yeah,
People
there
were
was
stealing shit. Like
there was too many people.
Like it was really hard to do anything.
Yeah, but we got our quests done. We got to level 5 or so.
It was 41 minutes for the record.
What was 41 minutes?
I asked her, how long have we been playing, Sam? She goes, like 41 minutes a day. That's a new record.
So
Sam hates me. That's okay.
So yeah, that was okay. The launch. So let's talk about the launch then. Because that's something we can all talk about because we were all there for the launch.
Okay.
What do you have to say about the launch, Sam?
We all clicked at the same time, but it only let the cool people in first.
Yeah, I know.
And they probably immediately got to 25.
No,
right
I
away.
didn't get it first.
You're not cool, Al. You're an old person.
Well, that means I'm closer to being cooler than everybody else.
Yeah, so we were
around
because body temperature lowers when you die. No, just kidding.
So we were the three of us. We were referred and pre-signed up for a guild, and so launch day, launch hour, launch minute rolls around, and we're all sitting in Discord and watching the server select screen, waiting for it to refresh and all that stuff. And 5 o'clock, was it 5 o'clock? I think it was 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock rolled around. Maybe it was 4. Maybe it was 6. I don't remember. Was it 4? 4 o'clock rolls around, and the servers did not come up. 4:05, 4:06, 4:07. I think around 4:07, the server started to come up, and the server that we had all pre-decided to play on did not come up. It was one of the two that was even farther delayed. So we waited and we waited and we waited. And everyone that was sitting there waiting and watching, we all saw the server pop up and we all clicked enter world all at the same time. And a bunch of people got in immediately. And then some of us got relegated to the queue behind a line of 6,000 people for some reason.
Made it to 2. I didn't make it to 6.
Well, Al was behind 6,000 people. There was a lot of people. So, you posting videos?
Yeah.
In what?
There's a video of my queue.
Your queue.
You made a video of that?
Yeah, you were talking about your queue. You seemed angry about your queue. I didn't mind the queue, to be honest, because
I was being loud about it.
I knew that as soon as we got in, it would be just a mass of people to just wade through trying to kill quest mobs in WoW Media. So we saw the queue, and me and Sam were sitting here, and it said we had an estimated like 41 minutes. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go eat dinner. So we just got up and left the computer, and we went and ate dinner, and we watched a few minutes of the 2021 Matrix Resurrections. Did we not?
That was the Men in Black Day.
That was Men in Black Day. We watched some of the Men in Black International, which was terrible. We didn't enjoy that movie at all.
You're watching all the worst movies out there.
With what?
You're watching, dude. Those two movies, I'd rather put Breakfast Club on over those.
The Matrix one was good. I mean, we didn't get very far into it. Like, I don't know,
2021 one?
Yeah. I didn't mind it. I enjoyed the start. But anyways, that's not the point of the story.
I enjoyed the ending.
Story is that we left and we went and ate dinner and watched a movie, came back about 40 minutes later, and our queue had gone down from 40 minutes all the way down to 49 minutes. So we were like, oh, okay. But
I sat
think,
at a minute for a while, like.
Well, no, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that because then something magical happened. So I was sitting, I had, I think, 102 people ahead of me in the queue. Sam had like 2,400 or something like that. And we had like an estimated 50 minutes or so at this point. And then something magical happened. I think they opened up some more layers and they let exactly 2,000 more people in all at once. Because my queue went from 2,101 people down to 101 people. And it readjusted. It said less than
101?
Yeah.
101.
101, and it estimated less than a minute, but that's because I think it was like, oh wow, people are going in like 2,000 at a time. This is clearly going to be fast. It ended up being like another 10 minutes or so, but it was quick at that point, and we finally got in, and we made our characters, and then an hour later, Al got in.
Well, because WoW has layers.
Like an onion. So by the time Al finally got in, I was already feeling like I didn't want to play anymore because I was tired. but we played for a bit, and we kind of scrambled, and we helped Al, and we have another friend that actually joined us and played too, who hasn't played WoW in years, and we were shocked to see him join us. But he did. He joined, and we helped him get some levels, and we all quested for a bit, and then we stopped and decided to play the next day. But it was...
just to add on to the friend thing. Then I have two friends from work that wanted to play, but they didn't want to go onto a role play server because it's been so difficult. So they went on to a different server, and they got in right away.
The role play rules are pretty loose. Although I am finding, I don't know if it's because it's the season of Discovery or because of it's the server type or what it is, but I have had very few negative interactions with people and very many positive, like conversational, like, hey, like how on a normal server you're doing quests, you just get the silent invite and then drop group when you're trying to do a quest mob kind of thing. Very impersonal, like transactional grouping. Like we're standing at the same quest spawn, so we group up and then we leave. I've had actual interactions with people, like people that have like used their words and asked me for help. One of the things was one of the shaman runes. So when we get to that, I can tell our story about that. You remember that? Remember the shaman rune?
Yeah, I think they got mad at me because
they weren't. No, they weren't mad at you. It was.
I didn't know. Okay, yes, they talk.
We'll tell the story now because
but they don't tell you what you're supposed to do.
Well,
I was very confused.
They did. You were confused, but there's enough like context cues if you play the game enough that it made sense what we were supposed to do. There was, I guess there's this one shaman rune where there is like a crab creature frozen in a block of ice. And from what I gather from the two shamans that we happened across that asked for our help is you have to like, almost passed out. You have to like spam the frozen tomb thing with like fire spells until it breaks, and then kill them, and the shaman loot their rune item off of the thing and go on with their day. Like it's a pretty simple quest. What they did was me and Sam were walking past because we were on our way to do another quest, and they were like, hey, do you guys mind helping us out? And I was like, sure. And they were like, hit this thing with fire. We need to melt the ice. Just like spam it with your immolate. They were saying to me because I was a warlock at the time.
Where was that said?
In /say. It was white text.
Oh, I don't read that.
They said, oh, well, I mean, it helps if you do, because that's where people communicate with each other, like in face-to-face when you're not in a group. So they said this stuff, and I was like, okay. So I turned to Sam, who was beside me at the time, and I said, just spam it with fire. So we did. We spammed it with fire, and it just so happened that the killing blow came from Sam, which meant the two shaman that were not in our group did not get to loot their items. So they're like, oh, shoot, yeah, we're not in group, so we couldn't loot. And I was like, okay, well, we'll drop group. And they invited us, and we waited the like 30 seconds for the respawn, and we did the whole thing again. And they were very, very grateful and thanked us and did the cheer emoji and stuff. And it was a good time. It was a pleasant interaction.
The cheer emoji, did it sound like this?
A click?
No, I didn't hear anything, so I'm assuming maybe.
Oh, I thought I heard. Okay, never mind.
It was in your head. Yes, whatever that sound in your head was, that's what it sounded like for sure.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. I understand. They talk to me.
And I've had a few like that. Like I've had, where was I? I was somewhere. I've had, like a few people just while we're waiting for a quest mob, they'll actually start talking to me, and we've had conversations. I mean, it's just like little like small talky stuff.
I think that's the role play aspect. I think
it might be that, and it might be the whole like people are excited about the season of Discovery. I don't know. It's either way. It's been pleasant and fun.
Okay.
The only negative interactions I've had have been like Though at one point when I was making my,
going to be like with Sam.
well, I mean, I wasn't going to say it. When I
that
made my
story that you told didn't sound negative. It didn't sound like anybody was mad.
what story?
Well,
No one was mad. Sam was mad. Well, Sam thought people were mad at her because someone said, "Oh no, we killed it," and I was like, "Oh, I think you killed it with your firebolt," and Sam took that as we were mad at her, but we weren't. Nobody was mad. Like the respawn was 30
the
seconds.
way he said it.
Nobody.
They're like
there
the
was
mage
no.
killed it.
Well, you did though, but they weren't mad. They were like it was on them because they asked us to shoot at it, and we weren't in a group, and they were like, "Oh, right, yeah, we have to be in a group." So like they didn't think of that kind of thing. They asked us to shoot at the thing. Like it's not. No one was mad at anybody. It was just a thing that happened. And
in my brain, they were mad at me.
Well, they weren't mad at you in your brain or otherwise. Nobody was mad at anybody. We just and it was a waste of a grand total of about 30 seconds because the thing respawned so fast. Like nobody cared. It was fun.
So role play. Remember when Dungeon Finder first came out?
No.
Wrath of the Lich King. We got into. We had to go around the corner, so I think that is the first one, the Forge of Souls, and two Death Knights random grouped in with us.
Like this time around?
No, way back when.
Oh, I have almost no memories from that far, so I probably don't remember this.
But then they kind of talk to each other in a role play, kind of like, "Oh, forsooth, what kind of thing have we gotten ourselves into?" And I had no idea what was going on. You kind of said, "Oh, I think they're from a role play realm." So
Probably.
yeah, I think you get more conversation from role players than you do from anyone else.
That's the nobody has forsoothed me yet. I'm waiting for my first forsoothing.
What is that?
But it's a word.
Okay.
It's a word that people say when they're trying to sound,
Role-playish.
forsooth. Yes, roleplayish. So, but here's the thing with the roleplay realm though, because we're in the RP PvP realm, which is the roleplay PvP realm, as is in the title, but it is also the realm where all the streamers rolled and all their fanboys rolled to be streamer adjacent. So I don't know. I'm sure there are a lot of what?
Does that make us a fanboy?
I am not on that server because I want to be streamer adjacent. I'm on that server because friends of mine told me that's the server we're rolling on. So gotcha. I couldn't care less about the streamers. But there are a lot of people. So I wonder to myself, how many of the people on the RP PvP server are true I want to be on the RP server type people, and how many are not. But I think the people that are not, that's the population that will eventually thin out, because you can only maybe not. I was going to say you can only follow your favorite streamer around like a lost puppy for so long, but I mean it's been happening for so long already, and it doesn't seem to be stopping.
The streamers kind of keep themselves a little bit because I've talked. Oh, where did Josh go?
My phone just died. My phone died, so I don't have a camera anymore.
Do you want to borrow mine?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to toss it over? I'll be back. I'll be back on camera in a few minutes. I just got to get my phone back on. I didn't have it plugged in. So.
Are we recording video?
I don't know. Al might be screen capping the video. I'm not sure. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, because I told him I'm dirty and haven't showered and don't feel like looking interested. So we'll see what happens with it. He can use it for whatever. I just probably don't look amused. Hold on. So yeah, what were you saying about streamers?
So I mean, I've talked in guild chat, and not a lot of people respond. I get some responses from our group of friends, like Willow responds.
Willow?
Who's Willow?
Addie in Texas.
Oh, see, I don't know people's names. That would have been good to know.
Yeah, Bob responds, but this morning, Hershkovar was on, and I hope I said that right, but he was doing all the ranks in the guild, just going through. So he had to go through the guild roster, and we had 150 people on, and that's not even the entire guild. That's just this morning.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people.
So I actually messaged him and said, "Wow, what you're doing would actually drive me nuts." I actually responded. He said, "Kill me now." So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't. That's the guild leader guy, right? I don't know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who anybody in the guild is.
Isn't he the one that runs your VAR grades?
I don't think so. Is it the same person?
Well, the name sounds familiar.
I don't think it's the same person. Like, I really don't. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I never thought to ask. I didn't think the names seemed that similar. I didn't think the names were similar enough for me to make that connection.
Well, if you ever see
Bob
Blazing
would know. Bob would know. I don't think it is, though.
If you ever see Blazing Bob running around, no, it's not actually Bob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he got on. He was one of the ones that instantly got in and then instantly tried to use his name, and it was already taken. Somebody took it like really fast.
That's
which is funny. And by the way, I'm thoughtful.
Why? What did I do?
You didn't do anything.
Okay.
I'm thoughtful.
Okay.
I'm just saying that because I made sure that you were with me and logging in at the same time, right? Like I made sure everything was that you knew what you were doing, that you were clicking on the right server, that you were getting in at the same time as me, so that we could play together, right?
Now, where's this going?
Where's this going? This is going to someone else who logged himself on, made like 5 characters to use some names, logged in, and then was like, "Oh no!"
And then logged in his wife.
And then logged in his wife's computer. She was in like a 6-hour queue or something. I saw that because I was watching his stream just out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh, come on, that's funny."
Well, it's a good thing she got in.
Yeah, they locked the server.
Yeah,
like locked the server. They actually, I was watching because I follow some World of Warcraft people on the Twitter, the X or whatever we're calling it these days, and there was a couple posts from, I think it was from Josh Greenfield, who is one of the developers, and he had 2 posts like an hour apart. The first post was like, "We are not adding another server. Stop asking," essentially. I feel like he maybe worded it slightly nicer than that, but not much. And then the second post an hour later was, you know what? I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna read the post. Hold on. I think I have enough phone power. This is gonna be more interesting if I actually read the twits that he sent out.
the X's.
The X's.
Posts. I think they're actually just called posts now.
I don't know if there's a word we're supposed to call them. I have a tendency to just not do what I'm supposed to do in air quotes. You can't see the air quotes because my phone isn't started back up yet, but I don't do what I'm told.
I know.
Why? What don't I do that you told me?
Like in game or
Just in general.
nothing?
Oh, I'm waiting for my phone to load. So this is now's your time. Now's your time to speak out, Sam. Tell me your problems with me. Oh, I got loud on your end then.
So is this one starts everyone screaming for more realms? No.
Yes.
Oh no, he didn't really say it all that much nicer.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I didn't want to make him sound gruff if he wasn't actually gruff. I couldn't remember the exact tweet. And then what is the one he said an hour later?
Well, the rest of this is we had to resolve the layering spin-up issues first. Next, we'll start raising caps on the realms we have. Please be patient, as this is part of some pain. This is part of the quote some pain unquote part of the active realm management process we've been alluding to. That's the other one that's up, so I don't know what is actually after that. Because I googled it, so that's what came up first.
Okay, I'll be able to look at the second one shortly. We'll edit some of these pauses in between out. How about that?
Yeah. Crusader Strike is looking to be very full. If you want to play there, you need to start accepting that you will not get to. And
that's a more recent one. Wasn't that one like today?
That's 3 days ago.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
There's another RP realm, another PV realm, and other PvP realms.
Okay, here we go. My phone is now open.
Suck it up and play somewhere else.
I feel like he was being harassed somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I have found his stuff here. I have found his account. So this was 3 days ago, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, he said that. He said the one that you did. He said the one that you said. He said, I can't find it because I wanted to read it and read them to them together. Oh, now we're back to more days ago then. Okay, so he has there's the thing that you said. Oh, okay, here we go. Found it. So first tweet, everyone's screaming for more realms. No, we had to resolve the layer spin up issues first. Next, we will start raising caps on the realms we have. Please be patient. This is part of the some pain part of the active realm management process we've been alluding to, as Al said. I know. And then about an hour later, he says, so turns out there's full and then there's very full. Crusader Strike is so full you can't even get into the queue anymore. It's so far above the absolute hard cap that the demand does not merit it. So we will be opening another RP PvP realm. The new realm will be called Chaos Bolt. So it was just funny. He was like, no, we're absolutely not doing another realm. And he was like, oh shoot. Yeah, there's like a lot, people, isn't there? I think a lot of that.
Do you think it'll eventually like unlock, or will it always be locked?
It'll maybe eventually unlock. It depends. Because like I know that on that server, that is the server where a certain Asmongold character rolled, Alliance side. And he has a bunch of Asmon followers that every time he starts playing, just Asmon appear on the server in like a mass crowd around him and jump up and down and beg for attention. So he rolled.
They're Asmon holes.
Basically, yes.
Your head is very shiny right now.
Mine or Al's?
I'm playing with my lights.
That sounds fun.
Josh got complimented on his beard.
I don't think that was a real compliment. I think that was a teenager trying to act cool in front of his friends. So yeah, all of his little lemming people. He rolled Alliance, and they all were like, "We're rolling Alliance now too on this server." So that's like, I don't know, like 50,000 people. So Alliance
is going to be closed as Alliance.
Well, yeah, Alliance was faction balance locked on Crusader Strike in the first like 5 minutes that the server was open,
and they'll all be gone soon.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of, because right now it's like, oh wow, okay, like Alliance is full on this server. Are we imbalanced on a PvP server on the wrong end of it? But I mean, I feel like a lot of those people aren't there to stay. So there's that, and I feel like more of the Horde players are actually there to play. So they may be opening. It may unlock at some point. Is the moral of that story? Because
casuals that didn't get in with us.
Yeah, but we also have some that don't want to play on that server.
Oh, okay.
Because we've had some people that were like, yeah, we don't want to play on a PvP realm, which is fair. I mean, I don't really want to play on a PvP realm, but I don't mind it. And it's where my people went, so I'm there.
I passed Bruce Lee the other day.
How many people do you have?
The password is Lee? Is that what you said?
I passed Bruce Lee the other day.
Oh, like in level? No, but yeah, apparently he's Alliance on our server. He said he's going to kill me.
No, he was on the Horde side. It was a Dry Gulch Ravine.
Oh, shoot. That was Dimitri that said that. Dimitri's going to kill me, he says. He says he's going to find me in Ashen Vale and he's going to kill me. So.
Yeah, but that's Ashen Vale. It's a PvP zone.
I figure if I'm going to Ashen Vale, I'm asking for it. But yeah, I haven't
been asking for it for a while.
I have been, yeah.
Where's your face?
Where's my face? My phone is it's booted back up. I did the Twitter thing. Hold on.
Your phone is really slow.
It was dead. So I had to charge it for a minute before it would start back up.
Ah! Oh, I never want to see that part of you that close again. Well,
the palm of my hand?
I know where the palm of that hand has been.
Gross.
Yeah, upside Sam's face.
Ooh.
I don't think face is what he was thinking.
No, probably not. Are you talking about this?
That's in the other hand to catch.
That's my nose blowing toilet paper, for the record.
But like right beside him.
I like toilet paper for nose blowing.
See?
Gross.
I don't have a runny nose.
Ew.
I do. I prefer toilet paper.
The lotion there too, then?
Don't ask him. I don't want to see all his paraphernalia.
When I had COVID, I brought it out and I discovered, you know what? I don't buy Kleenex anyway. It's good to have something close by for when I get the urge to
blow your nose.
Yes. As I was saying, though, I prefer toilet paper for nose blowing because I find it's more absorbent. Like I can do a good, like I can blow out into the what's it called, toilet paper, and it doesn't seep through onto my fingers. I don't get moist fingers. If I take like a single Kleenex and try and blow my nose when I'm sick into the Kleenex, then my fingers are damp.
Let me give you a word of warning, okay? Don't use the toilet paper when you're going to the bathroom because sometimes you forget.
I'm assuming that's gross.
I don't know where you were going with that.
Dirty place. Dirty places.
Going from bottom up.
So, anyways, back on track because we were talking. How often do you just suddenly have to sneeze? Like the split second you just finished.
Very. It was just a pretty funny story.
So it actually happened then.
Not accidentally.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're into it, then you're into it. I mean, there's really no arguing with that.
No, I got it into me.
Yeah. So the actual launch day was a bit of a mess. We did eventually get in. We did eventually play. I was too sick to really function, so we didn't play as much as I wanted to. If I wasn't sick, I would have played right up until raid time and then bailed for raid likely. But I was asleep like a couple hours after launch. So, and then we played some the next day. We played a bit together the next day, right?
I think so.
What was the next day? What day did it launch? Was it Thursday?
30th.
Was it Thursday or Friday? Oh, right, because they made me go back to work on Friday.
Yeah.
They didn't make you.
They told me.
You messaged your boss saying, I'm feeling a little better. And she said, okay, wear a mask.
Yeah.
If you never messaged her saying you were feeling better, you could have got an extra day.
She told me to message her on Thursday and give her an update, though. What am I going to do? Lie? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, no, I'm still sick.
They would have never known.
They would have figured it out somehow.
How?
I don't know. Al would have told them.
Don't tell Al.
Because I'm
constant.
constant.
Hear us right now.
Well, we wouldn't be telling the story right now.
You know how I tell him? Because you know how Harvey is so interested in World of Warcraft that when I see him when he's shopping, I'm going to tell him all about Josh playing World of Warcraft when he's supposed to be at work.
Yeah, he does that.
Oh, did I just talk to Harvey?
Do you actually talk to him?
But anyways, I was like...
He's a good guy. I like him.
I was borderline dead Thursday night. And then I was like, okay. I woke up and I went to work and I kind of zombied through work and then left early. Because I was still not good. But the thing is, I'm supposed to go back. If my symptoms have been improving for 24 hours, they were bad enough. They were, though.
Not for 24 hours.
Yeah, they were.
No.
Because I didn't have like the full body aches and chills and convulsions and stuff as much.
When were you convulsing?
When I was upstairs shivering in bed because I was cold.
Where was I at work?
You were downstairs sleeping on the couch. I'll cut that out because that was gross. So anyway, we played a bit the next day. We played a bit the day after that. We've had busy days because we work and stuff. And I'm still tired from being sick. So we're not as far as we wanted. Sam is level 9 mage with tailoring and enchanting. And do you use like a profession to produce the bitterness and anger, or is that just something you have naturally?
Ooh.
I know it's because you want to go to bed. Do you want to go to bed? Because we've talked about you and we talked about launch.
No, keep going.
What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about Al's shaman and my warrior and some runes and what we've been up to since.
How come I haven't found any more runes and you guys have 100 million of them and I have 1?
I have 3. And
I only have 5.
Do you not have 2?
No, I have 1.
I'm on the cusp of 6. I need help for my 6th one.
You have 1, but you've been getting the scrolls. We figured out your scrolls.
And I've been sending you stuff.
So Sam's a mage.
Me runes? I don't care.
All those papers.
So Sam's the scrolls. So Sam's a mage, so you've got those scrolls, right? So she started. She had her charms of whatever in her inventory. I don't know where she got them from, but she has them, and she used those.
They were just drops, just things.
Did they just drop?
Yeah.
Okay, so she had a couple. She had 3 charms, so she deciphered 3
the
scrolls.
charms?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
think-
where those came from.
you must have gotten them when you did your first rune quest.
Maybe.
I think I found something for you, Sam, actually. I was doing my rogue in Tearsfall Glades, and I went to the pumpkin patch. Are you okay, Josh?
No, not really, but I'll manage.
Is that from me interrupting you, or is that
No,
just
that's
No?
just him.
Okay.
No,
There's an odd-looking fruit in the pumpkin patch. It's a polymorphed undead. I think you have to do something to that, and it might get you something. I think you have to polymorph the odd fruit
Where?
in the
Tearsfall
pumpkin
Glades.
patches in Tearsfall
that's
Glades.
undead. That's undead area. So we'd have to blimp. No, not blimp. Yeah, blimp.
Yes.
Horde is blimp, right? We have to blimp
Yeah.
over.
There might be an equivalent to it somewhere else on the other side, but I think you have to do something with that. I would try polymorphing it. I think it's polymorph.
I have polymorph.
Yeah, because
You were shocked how much mana it took. Apparently,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of mana.
Takes a lot of mana. I was like, "Hey, Josh, look what I can do," and I polymorph something. And then I went to kill something. I'm like, "Shit, I can't."
She was out of mana. But anyway, she deciphered some of those scrolls. The first one she deciphered. The first one she figured out, was a scroll of resurrection. So
nice.
she can as a mage res somebody. When you combine mage and res, you get mez.
Yes.
So she's a
That was
mage that
mesmerizing.
can res somebody with 15% health and mana back to their corpse. So if we're in a dungeon and the mage is healing and we don't have another resing class, then the mage can res because the mage can get those scrolls.
Yeah, do they describe it with time again? Because it's the only way I can actually. The fact that they use time as the basis for which she can heal, because I can't imagine arcane spells doing healing. It's just not right.
It didn't say anything about time, but it's also not an arcane spell. It's like a scroll. So maybe she's using a scroll of priestly resurrection or something. I don't know what it's called. But I thought that was cool because I didn't know that was a thing that was going to happen. And then she had it and I was like, wow, you can res now.
Nice.
So did you do anything? You didn't really do anything else. If we ever get a chance to play again, we'll figure out more of your runes.
Okay.
We'll go rune hunting.
And
So-
so now, if you want, like, I'm serious. If you want to go to
It's
bed,
fine,
you can
keep
go to.
going.
You don't have to stay.
Keep
You can
going.
go to bed. Okay.
I've rolled 4 characters, all of which I've done for reasons.
Say that again because I was coughing through you.
I've rolled 4 characters, all of which I've done for reasons.
Were they
I made
played a character?
a shaman, Notagog, which is the first tune I played on my own account, was Shaman and Notagog, so I had to revisit that. I made Torash, Troll Warrior, because the first thing I rolled when we came to Classic was a Troll Warrior. You gonna survive?
Yeah.
So then when we transferred from Horde to Alliance, I made a Druid, Ulysses, so I made a Tauren Druid, Ulysses.
Mhm.
And the cream of the crop, so I had a human rogue called Okona, so he died, which means he had to come back as an undead, so I have an undead rogue named Okona.
It's not picking up, so it's okay.
I thought you were laughing at my Okona name.
No.
So I like that I have a little story from it. Anyway, I'm playing my shaman and my rogue a little bit, mostly my shaman. I have 5 runes. I have Lava Lash, which also gave me the passive ability of dual wielding. And getting a weapon for your offhand is a bit of a task at the low levels.
So you got to explain that to me. So Lava Lash also gives you dual wield. There's not a separate rune for dual wield.
No. Dual wield is a passive ability. The quests that you do to get
you
you
get
the
runes for passive abilities, though.
Well, the rune that you open up, unless I did something else that I'm not aware of, but it doesn't show up in the runes. It shows up as soon as I got that one done, which was a guy that was hiding behind somebody on Thunder Bluff.
Yeah.
It was a little rogue. Apparently, he's from the future. But when I completed his quests, and I got Bobby to help me with that because some of them were higher level harpies.
Uh-huh.
And I all of a sudden had the lava lash, and I thought this was going to lead to the dual wield, so I was all confused. But then I opened up my book, and in my passive, dual wield was there. So
Nice.
I got the molten blast or whatever it is, the tanking fire thing.
So hold on though. You don't need that rune on to dual wield then. You just always have dual wield now that you finished that quest?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the dual wield isn't a rune, it's more of like an ability you get as a quest reward.
Yes.
Okay.
But having it on, I think is there because it gives you the chance to have the offhand, which the lava lash it's off of your offhand.
You can't really use lava lash without dual wielding.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't use it on your main hand. Well, I mean, you can, but it doesn't. The rune doesn't work on your main hand. The rune is the lava lash attack. No, sorry. Let me say this right. The firebrand, the enchantment that you put on, goes on your offhand. If you have it on your offhand and you use lava lash, it does a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm saying it wrong. I'm a little bit tired.
I do know about lava lash because it's a normal shaman ability in Wrath. So it's not like
lava burst. That's it. I got lava burst. I have the shield mastery, and I have ancestral guidance as well. Some of the other ones I think are going to be pretty high up, and some of them, I think there's a bunch of runes which are hidden behind a paywall.
Behind a paywall?
Yeah, because you got to do a whole bunch of quests. You got to get to a certain level of experience of reputation, and then you got to buy something from a vendor for like 4 gold.
Yeah, that's not a paywall. That's in-game rep grind.
That's a paywall to me. I don't have any gold.
Yeah, but that's saying that it's behind a paywall is kind of like implying that you have to.
I know
pay
what
real money for it.
So I'm just having fun with the words. See, I've been having fun with Notagog. Having fun with Notagog, running around the world, trying to find some of the runes that I hear about, and then coming back to do some quests. And then I decided some of the money I made with Notagog, because my rogue was getting owned a little bit, is that I used my leather working to gear him up a bit, and I bought him a nice dagger, so he wasn't fighting with a gray one. And, the first rune I got is Shadow Step. Oh, it's so nice.
For your rogue? Yeah, I guess the first rune's always the same, I'm assuming, right?
It's like a blink and stab him in the back rune. So you're a distance away, you blink and you stab him.
Oh,
right
cool.
in the back. So that's nice. I got the mutilate rune as well.
What? Got you another green. What's mutilate do?
It's something to do with the backstab. So if I'm using Shadow Step, I'm not using it. So and they're both on the same. They're both on the hands. So I haven't used it yet. But it'll do some damage with my backstab.
Ideally, yeah. Damage is good. I did see extensive complaining from one person in particular in our guild was just beside himself upset that the tanking rune for rogue, you have to get honored with the supply quest people, and that involves a lot of like repetitive doing that same turn in quest over and over and over again.
Yeah.
He was so mad. Like he was going on and on about it. He wouldn't stop.
Who?
Can't you do the PvP?
Some person. I don't know. Maybe. Is it the same rep?
I don't know. Maybe it's not. Because it is a supply rep.
But don't you get Warsong Gulch rep for the PvP though?
I think you're right.
That's what I heard ahead of time. I don't know if that ended up being true or if that
I remember saying that in something. So yeah, I would agree with you.
Yeah, so I think it's a different rep. I think you have to do those supply box quests over and over again. I'm almost friendly with my warrior because I've done a number of them.
Yeah.
Which interesting thing that I discovered. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only person or the first person that's discovered it, but those, if like say you're doing the playing of the game and you loot something and there's a quest on it that says bring 6 brown linen pairs of pants to the quest guy and I'll give you a thing, some rep and some silver. And then you're like, okay, I'm not a tailor, so I'm going to go to the auction house and I'm going to see how much it costs me to get 6 of these pairs of pants. And they're up on the auction house for for 65 silver each. And so that means you need to spend 65 silver times 6 to turn in this quest, and the quest reward is 6 silver. And you decide, hey, I don't like that. You can go to the turn-in person and you can turn in the uncompleted box for 1/3 of the amount. You get a silver and you get 100 rep instead of 300. So you can turn in the uncompleted boxes. I take it from your expression that you did not figure that out.
No, I broke the boxes down and I recycled them.
No, yeah, if you can, and they are soulbound, but they're soulbound in their final form. So, like, if you're out and you find one and you complete it, you can then loot one of the nonsense boxes, one of the ones that costs way too much money to complete the quest, and you can go turn in the completed one and the nonsense uncompleted box and get some bonus rep for it. So that's what I've been doing. If I find one of the crappy ones that I don't want to finish, I just head over to Orgrimmar and I turn it in.
Yeah, so I noticed they're unique. So I wasn't sure if it was unique in your bag or not. So I put one in the bank. Yes, it's just unique to your account. So if you have one in the bank, it won't let you loot another.
Yes, and they're not tradable, so you can't like mail them to alts or anything.
Right.
But it's good. It makes it kind of worth it to have alts with each of the gathering skills too, because you've got like ones that you need rough stone, you've got ones that need peace bloom or silver or friends.
Oh,
but like,
can I have some rough stone?
for one of the box quests?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just turn in the empty box. I'll get something with leather or whatever.
Or if you don't want to wait for me to give you rough stone, just go to the auction house. You can buy the rough stone for less than you get as a reward. The rough stone, the light leather, the peace bloom, and the silver leaf. I have noticed that all of those can be purchased off the auction house and then turned in at a profit.
You need 12 leather, and I think it's like
it is 14 leather.
Was it 14? So you need, and I think it's like 23 copper each.
I got that one day 2, and I was able to buy the leather for like 2 silver and something. So I was able to turn it in without actually costing me anything.
Yeah, I think the leather's gone up since then.
It might have.
Because I was looking at it to make some crafting stuff to sell, and I wasn't going to make any profit off of it. I thought I'd make some profit off it, but no.
Yeah, at the time it was a good deal. So yeah, so there's that. Yeah, so keep that in mind with the boxes. You don't have to destroy the boxes. You can turn them in for better than nothing.
You know how much rep I've just thrown out into the wind?
I don't know, a couple hundred. But the thing is, you have to make the trip. They're unique. So each trip for 100 rep, you have to go to Orgrimmar and do it. So sometimes if you're out in an area with like lots of chests, because they drop way more often from chests. Like I think they're pretty close to 100% drop rate from chests. I have never looted a chest that didn't have one of those quest boxes in it.
Yeah.
So if you're in an area with lots of those and you get one of the crappy ones, you know you're not going to finish, and you know you're not heading to Orgrimmar anytime soon. I mean, I guess you could loot it and then destroy it if you find a better one. But like, I have destroyed a few just because I knew I wanted the one that the other one more, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or leave it there for somebody else that can use it.
And it seems that rep is a gatekeeper for at least one rune per class, from the sounds of it. And that is at honored. I think every class has a rune at honored. I don't know if they. I guess maybe it's something that's added later beyond honored. Like I don't think there's anything in the game right now for like revered and exalted, but I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, that would actually make sense. You probably get more as well. The higher levels might give you more rep per turn.
They do. Oh, have you not gotten to that point yet? I don't. What? Maybe it's at level 15. You reach a certain level where the reward goes up to 15 silver and 500 rep.
Oh no!
I did one earlier today. Some cooked clams. What?
You have a level 15 too?
If by 15 you mean almost 18, then yeah.
Nice.
So my warrior.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know if there's if it's just from higher level chests that they come from, or if there's a certain level where you just get more for doing them. I don't know exactly how it works.
I'm going to guess that it's a higher level chest
I
because
think,
clams are a high level cooking recipe.
well, there are no high level recipes because everything's capped at 125, but like higher
Well,
maybe. But
I
the
mean,
thing
when you
is,
look at
like,
light leather being in the lobies, yeah, if I had medium leather, that would be a higher level.
because there were some people in guild talking about doing the quest for the rep to unlock the the runes, and they were saying to just go to the harpy area near Razor Hill and keep like looting chests there. But those would be the lower level ones. So and they were level 25. So I wonder if it is like your character level determines what type of box you get, or
Maybe.
if it's just a higher level area gives you higher level stuff. I don't know. This is stuff that we'll find out. I would imagine somebody somewhere probably knows, but I don't know the answer to that yet. But I've been enjoying doing that. I've been like the areas that I'm questing and grinding and stuff. I've been deliberately searching for chests because I want to be working on those. I'm enjoying doing those chest quests. The supply reagent. I don't remember what they're called. The supply something quests.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember what they're called. They're called something. But yeah, I've been enjoying that, and I'm still only sitting at 3 runes on my warrior, and 2 of them are crappy runes. Well, no, they're not crappy runes. I'm just not using them right now because I got the thunderclap rune, which isn't ideal. It adds like a 6%. It makes your 6%. Makes your slow, like your attack speed slow on your thunderclap, like 6% better, and you can use it in any stance. Which, like, whoop-de-doo, I don't care. I don't even have other stuff. I guess I have defensive stance now, but that doesn't really matter. And I got Devacitate, the one that adds damage to my Sunder armor, but I don't have Sunder armor yet. So it's like, what am I going to do with this? And it's also my tank thing, and I'm not tanking. And I'm not planning on tanking. I'm going to be a DPS warrior.
Nice.
And apparently, I was saying, remember, I've been saying since the beginning, I looked at the warrior runes, and I was like, this could be good. And everybody's talking about the other classes and how OP they're going to be and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to play a warrior. I think warrior is going to be really good. And apparently people are saying that warrior is going to be really good.
So is warrior just
so people are agreeing with my assessment. Is warrior what? No, it's warrior is not going to be as overpowered as a paladin would be, but they're good because warrior's always been good in classic. So, and I got victory rush. Victory rush is great.
Yes, that's a nice little bump up of health, eh?
That's the starter one that you get. So like it's not like special. Everybody starts with victory rush. But like if you're soloing or something, yeah, it's great. You use it constantly. Although I was getting mildly annoyed with it on day 1 and 2 because I had victory rush, right? And what it does for those people who don't know, I'm going to read it here. Instantly attack the target, causing X number of damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum. Okay, so instantly attack the target, causing 51 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health, only usable within 20 seconds after you kill an enemy that yields experience or honor. So, do you notice anything about that rune that might make it less appealing on day 1 of the server? Yeah, good luck finding a mob to kill every 20 seconds. So it wore off before I got to kill the second mob, like every time.
Yeah, I remember you running around going, "Where's the mob? Where's the mob? Where's the mob?"
Yeah, I was like, I want to use my victory rush. I can't use my victory rush because there was nothing to hit. And
I thought you were going to complain about not getting the killing blows.
Oh well, I mean that can happen, but like in that situation, you're grouping, so getting your little 10% of your max health heal and that stuff, it's not as necessary. especially if you're grouping with people who can heal.
Well, yeah, I gotta get an add-on for my clutch heals because
Yeah, I did notice some of your clutch heals were a little delayed.
well, because I gotta click on you, then click on my heal because it's not there. But
Yeah,
I'm not set up for
add-on.
healing, but I gotta make it so that I can at least grab you when I need to.
Yeah, I can't heal in this game without an add-on. And nobody should. No, anybody attempting to heal in World of Warcraft, don't do it without an add-on. You're griefing your group. I said
Just
the
so
thing.
you know,
I said
you
the thing.
telling people not to get an add-on could be like you, who, in spite of people telling you, you just won't do it because people are telling you to do it.
Okay, if you don't want to get an add-on, don't get an add-on. I don't care, but it's terrible. Try healing a group without an add-on for healing. You're gonna hate it. You're not gonna like it. It's not gonna be fun. People are gonna die and they're gonna blame you. And they're gonna be right. It's gonna be your fault.
Yes, all your fault.
You're griefing your raid, as people say. Oh. So what else do we have to say? There's more stuff to say. I'm just trying to what have you got? My throat's getting dry, and every time I talk it like hurts a little bit, so I'm gonna let you talk for a bit.
Well, there's some new crafting. There's the void patterns, I think they're called, which you linked one earlier.
Void
touched. So now that people are talking about it, you can see that those mats will probably go up in price real soon.
Yes. Do you know how those work?
No.
I believe because I did look it up briefly after some people linked them. I believe what it is you make the item, right? So there's a couple leatherworking items, a blacksmithing item, and the spider silk boots, the cloth, the tailoring item. So I believe what you do is you get those items, and then there's like a follow-up recipe. I don't know where you get the recipe from, but there's a follow-up recipe, and then there is a void shard something that can drop off of the final boss in Black Fathom Depths. And there's another item you need as well. I don't remember what the other one's called. I read this earlier. It's on my phone. My phone is my camera right now. Can't look it up again. But you need to get these items, and you craft that made blue item, like the silver whatever breastplate or the spider silk boots. And then as a blacksmith, tailor, leather worker, what have you, you craft it with the dropped epic thing, and you make the epic version. But it means that you have to be that profession to make and use the item. So the male breastplate, for example, requires a blacksmithing 100 skill to equip and use. The boots require a tailoring skill. And the word is that they're trying to incentivize people playing something other than engineering, because everybody knows that engineering is the best profession, blah blah blah, etc. So I was gonna go engineering, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. And then I saw these void touch things, and I found out that they're trying to incentivize blacksmithing, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go with blacksmithing. That was my original plan. I like blacksmithing. I'm gonna be a blacksmith because there's actually a raid loot incentive for it now. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up raiding. I'd kind of like to. And I've got my incentive. I'm a blacksmith. I mean, I haven't trained it yet, but I've got like a couple hundred copper bars made, and I've got a bunch of tin and stuff. So I've got myself all ready. When I'm done focusing on leveling, I can go do my blacksmithing and be a blacksmith as nature intended.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a leather worker, skinner. So that explains the commenting guild. Somebody said, so I have to be an engineer and a leather worker?
I guess that's the other possibility.
Well, that means that your off tune is going to be a minor skinner.
Yeah, that you then, I guess, have to be both to be functional in a raid. I don't want to. I mean, I might, but I don't want to. We'll see.
Well, there's got to be a little. Okay, so first of all, they're already talking about the friggin'. What is it that they measure? What is it that they measure your damage?
Parsing.
They're already talking parsing in this raid.
Oh, of course, there. That was always gonna happen. That was always gonna be a thing.
But there's got to be a little bit of takeaway that they're not going to expect you to do this and that, or else
you don't think so?
You should be allowed to be, like, for example, a leather.
Oh, you're allowed to be whatever you want, but if you want a spot in a top end raid over somebody else, then you got to do X, Y, Z. You can be whatever you want to be, and you'll probably still be able to raid at some point.
See, this is where I apply my argument about just playing the game. So instead of me being a leather worker engineer and having some other tune do all my gathering so that I can get that little bit extra DPS, is that I'm going in, I'm doing a little bit less because I'm sticking with leather working skinning, but I'm still killing the things. They're dying, stop complaining type thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you're killing them less effectively and putting more of the burden on the rest of your team.
Is it that much less effective though?
I mean, it depends. If you're trying to do cutting edge content that hasn't been cleared yet and you're progressing on it, every little bit counts. I mean, I don't know how difficult these raids are. I've heard they're actually pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think that the game was designed for everybody to be an engineer.
No, that's why they're trying to incentivize away from it. But going into this fresh raid without... Hold on, I can't. But going into this fresh raid where nobody's got raid gear and everybody's still learning the content, people being an engineer and having that leg up helps.
And actually, yeah, Goblin Sapper charges once we get into AQ.
Are achievements in
Oh,
this?
yeah, the sappers in AQ are kind of necessary if you want to clear that boss.
No chiefs. Well, I don't know. We got shamans now.
Achievements.
They may give us more area of effect stuff. Actually, we might not need engineering.
You mean Sam asked if there was achievements?
Yeah, no, there's no achievements.
And I thought your answer that there's shamans now had something to do with the achievements, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? Why does that? Why would us having shamans mean that?
No, I'm talking about two different things.
Yes, I gathered that after. Makes sense now. I was confused by your answer. I was like, no, just because there's shamans on Horde side doesn't mean there's going to be achievements.
No, the poison, because
yeah, the totems makes a difference, and
totally totems.
And there's some because it was AoE. Oh, did you need AoE to kill them, or was it Frost? Was that the thing you needed Frost for?
Well, Frost to kill them, but AoE for the globules.
So shaman like AoE totems might help as well.
The lava.
Because that's what you needed the sappers for.
Yeah, the sappers are for the globules. Frozen was to get them frozen, to break them.
Oh, right, yeah, to break them, yeah. But that's so far down the road.
It is.
That doesn't feel important at the moment.
What does feel important at the moment? So we got to get into Black Fathom Deeps.
Oh, dungeons. Have you done any dungeons yet?
No, I just went into the range of Ragefire Chasm, but everybody in the guild's way past that, so I'm gonna have to get together, try and find it.
There have been people running it on alts and stuff, and people that are still leveling. But the thing is, if we can get the four of us, we could probably 4-man it, or just pick up a fourth. We could dip our toes into Ragefire. I don't know if any of the runes come from dungeons or not. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't really done much reading on the runes yet. I've been taking the approach like I'll see what I find, and if I'm getting to 25 and I've only still found 3 runes, then I'll look stuff up.
I think there's a few in Black Fathom. I think there's one for each class in Black Fathom Deeps.
Is there?
Not entirely sure.
Because I know there was one rune, my third rune that I got, that I straight up figured it out on my own. Because I was killing stuff, and pretty early on, we were doing the centaurs, and this like centaur head dropped. And I was like, that's neat. And it's got like this little flavor text on it, and it says maybe there's a collector that might be interested in this. And I thought to myself, maybe there is. I got to keep my eye out for a collector that might be interested in this. And then I kind of went on with my day. And we were doing some stuff and fighting some things, and then what was the second head? Was it a troll? I don't remember what it was. We were fighting some stuff, and another head dropped, and it had the same kind of flavor text. There's a et cetera that might be interested in this, and I was like, okay, this must be a thing, because these are soulbound, and I'm thinking this has to be one of the new runes. I'm thinking to myself. So we get to Razor Hill, and we start. I go up and I pick up the harpy quest for the bags, and I'm killing harpies, getting the bags, and I'm like, I bet there's a head from these harpies, because that was the next thing that made sense to me in the path, because it went like centaurs, and then I think it was trolls. It might have been the razor fens. I don't remember. And I was like, harpies, they're kind of humanoid. I bet this is one of the heads as well. I bet I'm collecting all these heads, right? So I did the picking up the bags off the ground quest, and a head didn't drop. And I was like, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe harpies doesn't have a head. And I go back, and I'm back in Razor Hill, and I see this monster hunter NPC. So I go over and click on him. I'm like, what does this person do? And it had like a text prompt for me to hand in the centaur and the troll heads. So I hand them in, and it gives me 2 pieces, piece 1 of 3 and 2 of 3, to combine into a rune. And I was like, of 3, I was like, you know what? I bet it's the harpies. So I go back and I kill some more harpies, not for the quest because they were completely camped. I went back and I killed the ones that nobody else wanted because they were just the ones that are in the way of the bags. So it's like a free for all. Everyone's trying to avoid them, not kill them. So I killed those for another 2 or 3 minutes, and lo and behold, a head drops. So I go turn in the 3rd head, and I got my Devastate rune. And I was like, that was kind of satisfying.
Nice.
Going through that quest and figuring it out. And I mean, the guy was standing there right out in the open. It's not like he was like a hidden NPC or something, but I mean, it was cool. It was cool figuring it out. So I was like, I want to try and figure out more of these. Now, I don't know how many I'm actually going to be able to figure out on my own, because unless there's more stuff that drops like that, that's like a breadcrumb or something. But like, I've seen a number of other NPCs that I was like, this has got to be for something, and then I click on them and they won't say anything to me, and I think, okay, well, maybe it's for another class. This one just happened to be mine.
There's a sword master walking around somewhere, I think, that people keep talking about. That might be something for you.
I've heard people begging for layers with the sword master. I don't know who that is. I haven't seen anything leading me towards it. So yeah, I don't know yet, but I mean, it's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing for me, but it's a thing. Did you end up like stumbling into any of yours, or did you end up like looking some up?
Just from what I've heard people talk about, I've gone to do them. So the one I found a few, and then somebody talked about the guy in Thunder Bluff, so I went up to Thunder Bluff, and lo and behold, there he was.
Yeah.
So what do I have to do for some?
Oh, while you're thinking about it, one of the Warlock runes was a similar story. I was killing stuff, and I had got a couple drops, and I was like, I don't know what these are. Same deal as the warrior, and I held them in my bags. And then while me and Sam were doing the encroachment quest, killing the Killboars, it dropped this ominous tome, and it said to go to the Echo Isles to the altar and to use the 2 items that it dropped. It was a Makura leg and some kind of skull. I don't remember what the skull was of, but you use those 2 at the altar, and it summons this demon you have to kill, and that got me one of the runes. So yeah, if anyone is fighting and you pick up some weird item that you have no idea what it's for, hold on to it. It's probably one of your rune quest items.
Yeah. So there was a totem that appeared just outside of Razor Hill. So that one I stumbled into, and then I found it somewhere else later too. So it's the...
I've seen a number of totems around, just sitting on the ground.
So I clicked that, and that led me to a rune. The little crab guy is in a house right behind Razor Hill, so I got that. I heard about the guy in Thunder Bluff. I picked up the one at the start, so there's 4 of them. So the dual wield one I heard about. I don't remember where the 5th one came from. There is a 6th one I heard that it was the Knoll Mystics. So I'm in Brill looking for them. They're not in Brill. They're in Silver Pine.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah, Silver Pine.
Oh, I heard somebody in Guild talking about how there's too many people killing the gnolls. So I mean, people must be trying to farm them for something.
Yeah. So I went down to Silver Pine. I got a drop, but this drop summons a higher level elite. Then I was at level 11 or 12. And it would have been a 15 elite. So I said, yeah, I'm not summoning that right now. I saw somebody else summon it. And it stayed active, so I attacked it as well, but I didn't get anything from it. So I'm like, oh, well, I can't sneak that one out.
Yeah, well, I mean, forget about elites. I have a hard time killing even level non-elites. Like at low level, the thing with warrior, like victory rush is great if you're killing a lot of stuff and you're going mob to mob and you're able to actually handle them. But it doesn't actually really help you. Like there's no real power gain. It's more of just a speed gain. So warrior at the level I'm at now is pretty underwhelming power-wise because I don't have any of the good runes yet. So killing stuff like as a level 17, killing a level 18 is kind of like a crapshoot. Like I might kill it, I might die. It could go either way.
Yeah, I've gone for a few things that are above my level. I was walking back to Durotar.
Yeah.
And I was killing a bunch of raptors because raptors have like a 1-to-1 drop of their heads, the raptor heads.
Yeah.
So I was killing them, and I wasn't healing myself very fast. They were going down before I died, but then I got the raptor from across the road. Across the road, they're 3 levels higher than me.
Oh, yeah?
You know what 3 levels translates into?
Is it red or orange?
I think it was. I don't know. I don't remember because I didn't look at the level. I was just
does it translate into a run back to your body?
Well, ultimately, yes, but it's like critical or crushing blow.
Oh, crushing blows, right? Yeah, that's true.
So I hit it and said, "Oh, this guy's killing me fast." So I opened up my bag. Oh, I don't have any potions. I got dead. Oh. So I ran back and I said, "Okay, how bad was it?" I said, "Okay, no, the last hit was a critical, and it was double the damage, so I don't feel too terribly bad."
Yeah, that hurts though.
But no, he was a level 15 and I was at level 12, and all the ones that I was attacking on this side of the road weren't level 15. I'm like, you bugger, she snuck that one in there.
Well, speaking of the raptors, a funny story the other day, I think I was in Barron's probably, and someone in the general chat was like, where are the highest level raptors? And someone responded, Toronto. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
You must have been there when I saw that because you started nodding as soon as I started saying it.
No, you talked about it when we were in group.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It must have happened while we were in group, and I just said it out loud.
This is starting to make my eyes look tired. I'm going to get back to this light. Whoops, this light's on already. I can turn this off.
Oh, and I also found, you know how people are running around with that flag on their back?
Yeah.
I found the source of that.
What's that?
If you talk to, I'm just looking for the NPC. It's in Crossroads. There's an NPC you talk to, and you accept something, and it gives you this flag, and it's a PvP thing. I'm trying to find them. Oh, I don't see them anywhere. Maybe they're not up all the time. Because I just saw someone with the flag, and it made me think of it. Where are they?
Oh, are you in WoW right now?
Yeah. I can't find them. Either way, there's an NPC in Crossroads that you get the flag from, and it's a PvP related thing. Like if you do something while you're holding the flag, then something happens. I don't remember the details.
Should we look into that?
Should we look into that? Probably. I was going to. I clicked it and I got the flag, and then I clicked it off because I didn't want to go do the thing that you do with the flag, and I figured running around with the flag on my back just seemed obnoxious to me, so I didn't want to. So I clicked it off. And also, you're in the Barrens now, right?
Mhm.
I have noticed that off and on I've been getting this like Heart of the Lion buff. That's 10% to all stats. No timer on it. It's just like a buff. I don't know what triggers it, but sometimes it's up and sometimes it's not.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it? I've seen it. I've noticed it a bunch of times. I don't know what it's from though. I haven't figured out what it's from yet. I don't know if it's like, I wonder if it's like the winter spring thing. Like if your faction holds Ashenvale, you get this buff or something. I wonder if that's it.
Sam's playing WoW too.
Yes,
Sam's playing WoW. You guys are playing WoW.
I'm just running around doing some errands and stuff while I talk to you.
Listening real intent to your conversation. How do you know I'm playing?
Says that you're online.
So any other adventures this week before we cut this off? Because I can only last so long. I'm getting to the point where I'm like losing my voice and it's starting to hurt.
Well, there's lots of news.
Do you want to go over some of the news before we finish then?
Yeah, well, there's not much to talk about. Everybody, go to https for whatever, the merecasuals.me website. merecasuals.me/mere. No. What is it?
It's our Discord? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes.
I think it's discord.me/merecasuals.
Yes, go there and read the news because a lot of it is, and some of you might want to choose to or not. It's a lot of news about runes. It's news about the raid. There are the news that we might talk about is some realms are temporarily locked, which would be ours. Crusader.
We did kind of touch on that already.
Professions are going to be locked at 150. You can't go above 150.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Which I think is really nice actually, because 150 is not very high, and that means professions are one less thing I have to think about.
Yeah.
So like I don't have to be like, oh, should I be out trying to farm stuff and up my professions? No, they're capped. So once I get to 150, which is pretty easy, then I don't have to think about it. I can focus on. I can roll an alt. I can do something else.
I'm at 100, but 150 is not that far off.
I've been at 75 for mining for basically the entire day because I keep forgetting to go train it. And I think I've mined about a dozen tin veins and wasted skill ups because I just keep forgetting to deal with it. And then I tell myself though, I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's not a big deal. I can't mine silver yet, I guess. That's the only thing I'm missing out on. I'll level it up. When I do train it, there's only so much to do right now anyways, and I'll just level up my mining. I don't have to go that far. I don't have to be like, oh no, I'm going to be in the Barrens and I still won't be able to mine iron and I'll be wasting all that iron. No, it's just up to 125. It's not that far. It's no big deal.
So furthering the news along, we have season discovery gameplay notes. Higher level items and activities will not be available during phase 1. So that is the title charm trinket does not drop from Prince Nazjak in Arathi Islands.
What trinket? What does that do?
I don't know what it does, but a lot of people got it, especially in the hardcore realms. Title charm, I can look it up if you like.
No, you don't have to. I'm sure
the arena
anyone that cares enough will know what it is, probably.
Well, I'm doing it as we talk. The arena chests, the trinket in the arena chests will not drop.
Okay, it's a higher level thing that people were kind of getting, right? So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. The title charm stuns a target for 3 seconds, increases chance to be resisted when used against targets over level 60. So it's a stun. It's a stun trinket. Runes that will become available in future phases cannot be obtained in the current phase. Shocker. Here's the one that got everybody. World chests located in higher level zones will not ever spawn during early phases.
That's what
So-
I was wondering about that. When you were talking about the chest in Western Plaguelands, I was like,
Eastern.
they're gonna Eastern Plaguelands. I was like, they're not gonna leave that in. There's no way.
So I have a rogue sitting in Eastern Plaguelands for nothing.
Oh, you
With
actually got him there?
Yeah, I got him there. It wasn't too difficult. The Stranglethorn Fishing Tournament will begin with Phase 2 of Season of Discovery.
What's that?
It's a fishing tournament that happens through Stranglethorn Vale. Nobody in our group has ever done it, so
I bet when's phase 2?
Oh, when's phase 2? They haven't announced it, I don't think, have they?
no. So it says intrepid players who survive going to Stranglethorn Vale at level 25 need not bring a fishing pole.
Because people were doing it. People were going with the intention of trying to. People are trying to like eke every little bit out they can. I'm glad they thought of some of this stuff and are dealing with it, rather than leaving potential. Not exploits isn't the right word, but leaving potential shenanigans in.
So, in the news, there's gameplay developer notes update. Season of Discovery Blizzard has announced there will be some changes for Phase 1 that players weren't aware of, such as mostly regarding things in Stranglethorn Vale. You'll remain unaware of them because I just clicked it and that link is dead.
Oh, okay.
There's a balance adjustment, hunter nerfs, and healing has been nerfed. You can read up about that if you're interested.
Nerf what? Sorry?
Balance adjustments. Hunters are getting nerfs, and healing.
Yes, I heard the explosive shot got nerfed.
So healing caused by arcane explosion reduced by 80%.
Huh.
We do not intend for mage healing to trivialize content. That is a big freaking nerf.
Well, yeah, I think there was something going on with it because I heard some chatter about arcane mages being just game-breakingly stupid.
So they said, okay, we did that one wrong. The explosive shot rune ability has been redesigned and its damage dramatically decreased.
I just got a rune. I mean, I'm not playing.
We all know you're playing, Sam.
Chimera shot reduced to 85% weapon damage.
That's the one I just got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sam picked up the Chimera Shot rune as you described it.
Yeah, they've adjusted the Ashenvale PvP event to allow it to start a bit easier. Numerous fixes, etc. There's a bunch of things there. Go ahead and read it up. Nomergon is inaccessible in Phase 1. Can't get in.
Makes sense.
A secret rune vendor found in Ratchet.
Secret rune vendor.
You want to know about that?
Sure, because I'm in Ratchet right now.
You guys playing WoW during a podcast? How dare you?
Well, it's a podcast about WoW, so.
So,
is it in that hut? That hut that there was nothing in before?
no, not that I'm aware of, because it starts off with if you enter the inn. So if you go in the inn,
okay,
in Ratchet. If you go in the inn in Ratchet, you can find Grisby standing by himself. It appears you need to have a certain amount of gold before he'll even speak with you any further, and that you are too poor for him. If you have another gold, he will offer a gossip box. So this is like Skyrim. Hey, have you heard any gossip lately? But they charge you.
Oh, and does it like point you towards the runes kind of thing?
Where you ask him about his ideas for a new venture. After speaking with him, you can choose a dialogue window and speak with him again to access 3 turn-in quests. Fish Oil, Dark Iron Ordnance, which drops off the Dark Iron Dwarves in the wetlands, okay, says, and Shredder Turbochargers.
Oh,
After
that's
completing 3 quests, you'll be able to purchase runes, all costing 5 golds, which is...
That must be what people were talking about with, because they were like, oh, it's not even worth it to go to Loch Modan because overfarmed, et cetera, et cetera. They must have been doing that. And I just checked. He won't talk to me. So apparently 1 gold, 69 silver is not enough to entice him.
So the ones, there's a list of runes here, but the ones that will appease us is Spell Notes Rewind Time for Mage. Your current target with your temporal beacon instantly heals all damage taken over the last 5 seconds. Rune of Lone Wolf for Hunter. Druid.
Is
Warrior.
this about the secret thing?
Yes.
Warrior. Engrave your chest with the Warbringer rune. Your charge, intercept, and intervene abilities are now usable while in combat in any stance, and will all remove movement and parrying effects when activated.
Nice.
Warlock, Demonic Pact. Main Gauche on Rogue, in which instantly strike with your offhand weapons for normal offhand weapon damage. And increase chance to parry by ooh, that's a tanking thing, I think. And Shaman, dual wield specialization. Okay, so I got the passive with the thing, but
Dual wield specialization, I think, just improves your
Yeah.
chance to hit with the offhand.
yeah, well, it increases your chance to hit with both spells and melee attacks by 5% while dual wielding, and your Storm Strike ability now hits with both weapons while dual wielding.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I think
Nice.
normal Storm Strike and Wrath always hit with both weapons, but that's cool.
They've got a list of all the dungeons available in Phase 1. Go ahead and take a look. Then they have a list of every season of Discovery rune that's been discovered by day 2. Although if you go further down, you know that every rune has been discovered so far. They talk about the price of better faction balance in Season of Discovery. And they have the list of realms, with Crusader Strike being the one that's highlighted. They talk about how they've had to lock it down.
Yeah.
Um,
It got out of control.
Trade Skill Master, that's the add-on.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so they're talking about Trade Skill Master. You can read that's an add-on. Waylaid Supplies. What are these for? So you asked, what are they called? They got
Waylaid supplies.
Yeah. So they got a news story there about Waylaid Supplies. They explain what they're for, but you fill them up for reputation. If you want to know more, read the thing. They have an article on the Void Touch Gear and the Void of Shard Guide. And then they have the Warcraft logs for Black Fathom Deep Season Discovery.
Oh, who's the top DPS?
And they're talking about all the runes after that. I just want to go to the after that, so I'm going to go into that. It looks orange, so it might be Druid. No, DPS Hunter.
I think that's there was Melee Hunter, right?
Yeah, because I guess they're all DPS Hunter. Well,
Yeah,
can Hunters tank? Hunters can't tank.
No, they can't.
DPS
I was hearing some talk about melee hunters with infinite mana just kind of dominating the DPS.
Well, the Druids, they're early rune, they can get Wrath for free, apparently.
Well, I mean, we all can now because it's been out for so long. I mean, you get it with your subscription, basically.
Okay, that was enough of that.
They only charge you for the newest expansion, I think, right?
What I see down below, Shaman, Enhancement, and Elemental are, they're at the top of the bottom 4.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Fire Mage and DPS Priest are below them. DPS Warrior,
Fire Mage, really?
Two above.
I guess Arcane Mage has been the dominant one.
So tops, DPS Hunter, DPS Rogue, Feral Druid, DPS Paladin, DPS Warlock, Frost Mage. Yeah.
Again, saying DPS Hunter is redundant. Some of those classes are not, but Hunter doesn't really have another option.
That's after the first raid, so we'll see if things change. And that's it for the
news.
They
will. Things always change.
So I guess as Shaman,
the news.
I'm kind of leading towards the tanking anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about topping the charts DPS. I really want to get that tanking thing down.
Well, I mean, tanking is easier when you do a lot of DPS with the threat and all that.
I finally got my first bag drop.
Oh, Sam just had a bag drop. Congratulations, Sam.
You don't need them, though. You're a tailor.
There was one, not on this character, she's not. There was one story I had before we wind up, because I'm reaching the end of my rope here. I saw something that I thought was somewhere bordering between funny and infuriating.
Okay.
So what? I'm curious what you think it is. The
car situation.
Car situation.
When you were dropping the work van off.
Dropping the work situation off.
With the cars turning and pedestrians getting hit.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was going to say at all. That's a real world thing. I'm talking in game.
Oh.
The other day, so you know how people are.
Yes.
So there's been many a hilarious joke in game of people being like, "Oh, we're gonna get GDKPs for RFK," ha ha ha, and like people in general being like, looking for more for GDKP and RFK, Razorfen C, RFC. It's 85-15 split, looking for some real pumpers and stuff like this, like clear jokes. Because for starters, loot doesn't drop in RFC. So of course they're not doing GDKPs for RFC. And that's just it's a silly thing to even consider. Like it's not a thing that's happening right now, but people are still making the joke. And then of course what happens is you get the people that see that and don't realize it's a joke and they get angry. So I saw someone post on Twitter the other day. They posted a screenshot of somebody posting an obviously fake, because like hilariously fake GDKP posting for RFC on Twitter, and they were like, "See, this is what's wrong with gamers now," and they were like legitimately angry that this was happening. And of course, there's just this stream of people that were like, "Oh yeah, that's what you get with the gold buyers," and they were getting all worked up, and they were working each other into a frenzy over it. And I just thought it was funny that somebody posts a joke in game and then somebody takes the joke seriously because they don't get it, and then they get angry, and then you got people getting angry at the person who's angry because some of them know it's a joke and they're in on it, and they're angry at the person for being dumb. And there's other people that get angry at these imaginary GDKP running people / gold sellers. And it's just this whole cycle of people getting angry about absolutely nothing because it's not even a thing that's happening. And the irony is the original poster was like, this is what's wrong with the modern gamer. But
that sound familiar?
They're what's wrong because they're getting people all worked up over nothing. So I would argue that the person complaining that other people are the problem are actually the problem themselves.
Well, let's face it, they're getting themselves worked up over nothing.
Working themselves into a lather. So maybe, and people generally have, but maybe we could all just collectively relax a little bit and just kind of enjoy the ride. And if life is
too stressful to not relax.
Yeah, if you see something that appears to be a GDKP, just remain calm. It's not going to hurt you. It's probably not even real, but even if it was, there's really no reason to worry about it.
Yeah, you know what? They've had GDKPs in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, and I've yet to feel any harm from it. So, I mean, I still have all my fingers. I still have all my toes.
But you don't understand. You don't understand, Al. The other day,
that's a given.
The other day, some streamer guy kept bidding somebody up on an item in a GDKP off of, I think, like Heroic Lich King or something, and he ended up spending 2 million platinum on it. Wrong game. He ended up spending 2 million gold on it. Isn't that terrible, though? Like, isn't that a sign that gaming as we know it is finished? Because this one guy spent a whole bunch of gold on a thing. You're not terrible. Outraged? Why aren't you outraged? I'm outraged. You should also be outraged. I'm outraged that everybody is not outraged at the same thing I'm outraged at.
It's right up here with the outrage that I'm feeling that you two are playing WoW without me right now.
Well, nobody is preventing you from playing WoW.
Well, I can't load it up because it'll cover the screen that I'm recording right now. So
Oh, well, see, that sounds like a you problem. I have 2 computers.
I have 3 screens, but I still have to load it up on this one to change it.
Oh, see, terrible. Anyways, I feel like that's a good note to end things on, because I'm reaching the point where I feel like my slurred is becoming a little speech from the cold medication and the fact that I'm tired. So, although on the upside, I can't feel my throat anymore. So maybe that's good. Is that good?
That
That's
sounds
supposed
good.
to happen, right?
Yeah.
That feels good. I feel like that's good.
But I just, I'm not playing Okona so much as I'm playing Norgog, so I don't want to say that's outrageous.
Oh my. Okay, so I just picked up a waylaid supplies just to
He waylaid my that's outrageous.
go back to. Oh, did you say it? I wasn't listening. So I just picked up
You
a
tried to
waylaid
finish
supplies.
the podcast.
I know, but I just picked up a thing. Like, this is the benefit to being in game while we're talking about the podcast, because a thing just happened. The waylaid supplies. I just got a waylaid supplies box for silver skeleton keys. It wants me to put
Holy
14.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
It wants me to put 14 silver skeleton keys in this box. I don't think
you craft them in quantities, and it's not one.
I believe it's 2. Is it not?
Don't think so.
It's not a large quantity, I don't think.
Okay.
Either way, that seems like expensive, because silver's like barely a thing right now.
Rep you'll get
500. I don't have to imagine. I know how much I get. It's 500. Because this is the second tier of chests. I can hear myself on your screen again. Anyways, there was talk of things being outrageous.
Yeah, it's 2.
That's
outrageous.
What would you have done if I wasn't here?
We would have improvised. We would have adapted. We would have improvised, adapted, and overcome. Isn't that like a slogan?
It probably would have finished easier than because you are here. You didn't finish it, so you created more roadblocks being here.
Even you being here, it still didn't work. Say your thing, Sam.
This time.
Every time.
Thanks, Sam. Okay, I need to go boot Craig out of our thing.